We are here and ready. Let's begin.
I felt called to talk about trauma, and I was wondering, why do some humans experience so many events as being traumatic, even seemingly minor events that would be nothing to some other people?
You are all remarkably similar, and yet you are all remarkably different. And there are choices that are made on the energetic, some of you call it the subconscious level, that you are sometimes not aware of making. And in the act of experiencing anything that occurs to you that comes from the outside world, there are thousands of ways for you to choose to process each and every one of those events. Some of you choose options that feel more positive. Some of you choose options that feel more negative. There is also a process of absorption that happens as you are growing up. You are learning how to interact with yourself and the world around you. So it is a matter of influence to some degree, but ultimately, even the young ones, and this can be hard for some of you to accept, even the young ones are making internal choices as to how they process and develop the experiences that they have. There is a process of evolution that is happening with humanity. We speak about this regularly, and there will be much more consciousness within the choice making process in the future. That is something that as more of you learn to access it for yourself, you build the energetic collective quality of that, and it becomes much more a choice. But the fact that there is more choice available and more will be consciously available to you in the future does not make the current place where humanity is in any way wrong. We remind you that you will continuously always be expanding. And we remind you also that human minds tend to focus on the fixing of the problems and the things that are not going well according to their experience. Because ultimately, you know that you should feel expansive and you wish to expand and expand and expand and expand and expand. That is as it is designed. But there is no problem in the way that it currently manifests. But deep down, there is a level of choice that many people are not conscious of making. That is, in fact, a choice that will become more available as a conscious choice as more people evolve, as the energetics evolve, and as human consciousness uplifts.
That's good to know. So the choice might get easier for some of us.
We will say something more about that. We will say that in the presentation that we have just given you, it could be easy to interpret that as saying that some people have choice and some people don't have choice in the moment. That is not actually accurate, because you know from your own experience, those of you listening, that when you become open to assistance comes. The universe is always here to support you in whatever ways you will allow. So if you find yourself in a place in your life where you are not aware that you have choice, if you internally seek assistance, support, facilitation in the process of becoming aware of that choice, and it does not have to be something that you declare consciously or verbally in any way, but internally, as you become more open, you are being given constantly the support that's required. So the energetic breadcrumbs will lead you to the right conversation or the right person or the right book or the right YouTube video to enable you to connect more clearly and lucidly with the choice that is available to you. So it's not that there are a lucky few and an unlucky few, and that some magically get granted access to the choice and others are denied it. That is not how it works.
Yes, thank you for clarifying that. So with the trauma, why does it get stored in our bodies? And are there effective ways to release or heal this trauma?
It gets stored in your body because your body is a part of you just as much as the energetic. Neither is more important than the other, and both support the other. Your body without energy is what you consider a corpse. Your energy without your body is not the human experience that you have chosen for you. You are all of the things. You are everything. And the combination of the physical and the energetic and the flow and the magnificence of experience that is allowed in that is what you are here for. That is what you are here to live, to experience, to model, to show, and to emanate. It is a process of flow and discovering the ways that flow flows for you. And you have many experiences of having held trauma in your body and released it. Many people on your planet have. There is not one way. There is not one prescription. There is not one formula. There are many, 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 many ways that work. And some work better for you at other times. And other times you will find that there is a different method that is more effective for you in that moment. And so we prescribe nothing. We prescribe nothing, but we suggest things that may be efficient for you given the aims that you declare to us. And so we will say to you, if we were to prescribe anything in terms of learning to release trauma from your body, it would be the process of self-inquiry, of self-knowledge, of going into deep connection and communion with the self and communion with the body in order to discover for yourself, because it will change. For example, on a given week, on that Wednesday, you may feel that dancing is very beneficial. Another time, that same week on the Thursday, you may feel that taking your consciousness into your cells and experimenting with communing and communicating and shifting energy in that place may be more productive. And the Wednesday effort may not have worked on the Thursday, and the Thursday effort may not have worked on the Wednesday. It is based on the energetic calibration of what is present in each moment, which is why a prescription does not work. But an inner knowing, a prescription of the inner knowing of the self and discovering what is available to you. If this is an area of interest for you, do not just read books and watch videos and listen to podcasts, even those that contain the wisdom of beings like us. We encourage you to take this all on and to really deeply connect, particularly when you are speaking about the body. The body is there. It is physical as well as energetic, and it is there to be connected with, and it holds so much wisdom, which you know. But you can become a little theoretical in some of these explorations, all of you. And so you are here to live a human experience, and your body is an extraordinary, magnificent, amazing, miraculous vehicle for you to have that exchange with the world around you. So make it personal. Make it personal to you and your body, and uncover what works for it and what subtle shifts you could create from the Wednesday to the Thursday that will allow more release and more expansion. Your body is wise. It supports you constantly. Even when you do not treat it well, it is unconditional in its support of you. It does whatever it can with the resources it is provided. And it will do that not just on the physical plane, but also on the psychic, the emotional, and the energetic. But it does take conscious intention, attention, presence, space to allow that wisdom to come forward. And each of you holds this wisdom within your body and within yourself.
Thanks for the reminder. I tend to forget and then get reminded, forget, get reminded.
That is one of our primary roles here. We come to play with you to be mirrors of you and your magnificence. And we have said this before and we will say it again. And that is actually a joke, because what we are about to say is we will say it again and 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 again. We will remind you again and again and again and again and again and again. And we will never get tired of it. We will never get bored of it. And the more times you forget and then remember, that process will build the momentum of your knowing. There is no problem in the fact that you forget. Forgetting in some ways is a gift in that you get to reclaim your knowing each and every time. And that is a wonderful thing. And we love being a supportive co-creator in that experience with you.
Thanks. Yeah, it does feel so beautiful every time you remember. It's like, oh, that's right. Get tears in my eyes. That's the truth. Thank you.
We will remind you also that joy that you experience when you remember, that is the resonance of the expansive knowing of you. And there are many times when humans will have that experience and immediately turn to beating themselves up for having forgotten in the first place. And then that diminishes the expansion that you just achieved. So there is no right or wrong in this, but if what you are wanting to do is live a conscious life of integration and love of the self, which is what we hope for all of you, if that is your aim, the moment you discover that you have forgotten and then you have remembered, if you turn to celebration rather than self-recrimination, this process will be so much more quicker and less painful and more expansive for you. Self-love is always the answer. Self-love is always the answer. And that is what we are a mirror of for you. We love you unconditionally. There is nothing that you could do that would make us love you less. And if you open your heart in this moment to that experience, you will feel our love for you, because we do not just communicate to you through words via Mater. We are energetically available to all of you. And we adore each and every one of you, no matter what you have lived, no matter what you have done, no matter what your experience has been. You are divine, you are the universe, you are the whole, and you deserve it all. And you will forget, and that is okay. It is not a problem. Enjoy the remembering. We are here to celebrate you and to be a mirror of your magnificence. We love you. We love you. We love you. Go well. Whew. They really love us so much. I'll just turn off the recordings.